So risk. Now, whenever we are putting our money in stocks and equity market, they are risky. As we know, there's a risk when we invest in equity markets. So it's saying Maruti Suzuki is the least risky stock. So if you're putting your money, it's a large cap stock. One of the biggest company in automobile in India in the passenger car segment, almost like 40 to 50% of the market share of India. So let's talk about what is the, why it is saying there is no risk. First is magnitude of returns. Okay, the first parameter is magnitude. Second is volatility. How volatile is the stock? It can go up and down, up and down. So nobody likes that stock, which is, correcting 20%, then going up by 15%, then correcting as a, nobody likes that. People want the stock should be stable and it should be rising and falling also. The correction may happen because sometimes, the stocks run ahead of the fundamentals. People buy it. They say, Maruti has been now recommended. So a lot of people are going to buy it. So it will go at a very high levels. Then it may correct. So that's okay. That much of volatility is okay. So next is the beta. So volatility is captured by standard deviation, which captures the total risk, and beta captures the market risk. Okay. So both are measures of risk. So 25% weightage is because of beta compared to the market, how risky it is compared to the overall risk parameter of the company. Okay, how it is risky, 25% is given to that, and correlation. So whenever we invest our money, we should buy assets which are not correlated to each other. Jitna kam correlation hoga utna acha hoga. For example, let me say that you have a big portfolio. You have real estate, you have financial assets, you have physical assets. Gold भी है, आपके पास घर भी है, commercial property भी है, और assets भी हैं. So everybody, all the things are not correlated. Sometimes the real estate goes up and the stock market is falling. Okay, but if you have a complete wide, portfolio, so it will protect you. Because, you may not get return from the stock market, but you may get return from gold or from real assets. Okay, like, stocks, again, within the stocks, if you're buying, all IT companies, so they are all correlated to each other. If you're buying everything is in automobiles, then it's correlated. So the correlation should be the least among the stocks. If your portfolio is widely spread and there is least correlation, it will give you a very good, returns, and it will hedge your portfolio. Hedging means ki, sometimes you're losing somewhere. Like, Reliance is a complete, well-diversified stock. They have 6 businesses, okay? So sometimes one business is doing very good, other is not doing. So it doesn't affect your returns coming from the stock because that will get compensated because of the business, what they are doing as well. So the correlation, maybe iska number 10 hai. Let's see what the correlation is here. And magnitude of returns, so we'll talk about that. What is this? Let's see. So magnitude of returns may be 10 out of 10. Volatility 10 out of 10 because the standard deviation is not very high. It's not less volatile. Beta is also, almost, it has a relationship with the Sensex. So 6, and correlation is also very good. So let's talk about that. So daily returns. So let's look at first the standard deviation. Standard deviation is 0.96. So this is, the return, and this is the standard deviation, this is the beta, and this is the correlation. So let's look at, now let's look at first beta. Beta versus the Sensex. How risky is the stock compared to the Sensex, the market as a whole? So the beta is 0.52. Okay. Beta versus Sensex. So Sensex का beta क्या है? 1 होता है. So it is compared to the market, very less risk. Okay. It's because the beta is only 0.52. What this is saying. Okay. Correlation with versus Sensex. So how it is correlated to the Sensex? 36% correlation with the Sensex. Last 60 months, 56%. So if you look at the percentage, how correlated it is with Sensex. So it is, not highly correlated. Now, suppose the Sensex falls, okay, then you're going to lose money because the stock is also going to go down. But if the stock doesn't go down so much or doesn't go up so much as the Sensex goes up and down, the stock is not correlated to the Sensex. So if something happens to the market, like, somebody was saying there can be a correction. Correction can happen in the market, but may not be that much pronounced in Maruti. So it's a good thing. The market may correct, Maruti may not correct. So that is what it's saying here. So in terms of correlation, there is a very least correlation between Maruti company and the Sensex. Okay, have you got it? Then beta versus the Sensex हो गया. So beta is also 0.5, half of the Sensex. Fine. If the Sensex goes up by 1%, the Maruti goes up by only 0.5%. If the Sensex falls by 10%, Maruti is going to fall by 5%. Okay. So beta as well as correlation both are saying the stock is less risky compared to the overall market. इसमें कहने का मतलब यही है कि is the company more riskier than the Sensex as well as हाँ low risk है. तो low risk is also good ना, because here what we are talking about risk. So how do we say that the company is having least risky? Because when you invest in stocks, when you invest in the market, for example Sensex or Nifty, it tells you which way the market is going. Sometimes the market may go up, sometimes the market may go down. But if the market goes down, most of the stocks will also go down, isn't it? अगर market नीचे गिरेगी तो सारे stock गिरेंगे. So but it's saying that you are well protected, because if the market falls, Maruti is not going to fall so much. Okay, because neither the correlation is very high nor the beta is very high. So in both the cases it is having a good score. Okay, because the score in correlation 10 and beta is 6. So beta is not very इसमें 10 नहीं मिल रहे हैं, but still it is better. Okay, volatility 50. So let's talk about standard deviation. So let's see, यहां पर देखते हैं हम रिस्क एनालिसिस जो नीचे करी हुई है इसने. Okay, just try to read this. Maruti
Suzuki India currently has a risk rating of 10, while the S&P BSE Sensex Index has an average rating of 9.6.
Okay, so rating is higher than the Sensex. Then further,
on days when the market is up, Maruti tends to lag the S&P BSE Sensex Index. On days when the market is down, the stock generally performs in line with the index.
हाँ, तो this is telling you this thing that it is not the Sensex tanks by 10%, the stock tanks by 20%. अगर high beta होता तो ये stock ज़्यादा गिर जाता compared to the market as a whole. So it is not like that. Either it remains in line with the market or it falls less. So that is what's saying. Next.
In the short term, Maruti has shown average correlation that is less than or equal to 0.2 or greater than equal to.
So what it says is that the best returns have been 2.4% in 90 days. The worst return has been 2.5. Look at the first this thing. Okay, here I'm putting the cursor here. Okay, so it is in the last 90 days it has given a very good return of 2.4%, and it has fallen by 2.5% also, the worst return. Okay, then this is daily return. तो एक दिन में 2.5% बढ़ गया था और एक ही दिन में 2.5% नीचे गिर गया था. इतना तक होता है, ये नहीं कि एक ही दिन में 5% गिर जाए. सपोज द स्टॉक फॉल्स मोर, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल monthly return, so that is a better indicator. In last 60 days it's saying the best return has been 25 and the worst has been 31.8. So the worst return has been that it has gone down by 31 also, which is not a very good thing. Okay, let's talk about the price momentum last. Price momentum mein the score is only 4. So it is having a very low score on price momentum. That means the price is not going up so much compared to the company's future. Company has done very well in the last 2 quarters and before that, but the future prospects are also a bit tapering off what its company says. So let's talk about relative strength, seasonality. 50% is given to strength is given on relative strength and 50% on seasonality. So seasonality score is 1, very low score. Fine, it has a seasonality impact. People buy cars in good time, Navaratras, winter time, Diwali time, बाकी टाइम की इनकी सेल्स कम हो जाती हैं. तो we'll see what it is written. Okay, अब पहले देखते हैं इसका प्राइस परफॉर्मेंस. Okay, see the price performance is given here. 1 week, 1 month, 3 month, year to date, 1 year. So in 1 week, the Maruti has fallen by 1%, whereas Sensex has gone up by 2.7%. If you look at this, एक हफ्ते में ये स्टॉक 1% गिरा है मारुति, और जबकि सेंसेक्स जो है 2.7% बढ़ गया है. So that's why it's having a poor score compared to the market. Okay, then 1 month the stock has given a negative 2.8% return, whereas the Sensex has gone up by 8.6%. The market is going up whereas Maruti has been falling. So that's why, if you look at the score here, the score is only 4. It is not so much correlated to the Sensex. So in terms of price momentum, it is losing its value because look at, year to date. Year to date, the stock has gone up by 21.9%, whereas the Sensex has gone up by 7. एक साल में तो it has beaten the Sensex. Okay, 1 year it has again beaten, but in terms of short period time, it has performed poorly compared to the Sensex as a whole. Okay, YTD जो है जो जैसे अभी कौन सा महीना चल रहा है जनवरी का, तो इट इज जस्ट कैप्चरिंग द फर्स्ट 6 days ऑफ द year to date from January 1st till now. Okay, but here इसमें वो period नहीं है because this is a little older report, so maybe it was October November report. Okay, so from January to October this has given 21.9. So last year it has given good returns.